Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1 today, we've got a truly exciting and valuable coin to talk about, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. This coin may seem like just another piece of change, but in the world of coin collecting, it's a rare and highly sought-after treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin collection journey, you won't want to miss this. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into why the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter could be worth far more than you think. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, a series of coins designed to honor each of the 50 states. The program began in 1999 and was an immediate hit with collectors across the nation. The Connecticut Quarter, which was released in 1999, features a beautiful design that showcases the state's rich history and heritage. The reverse side of the coin depicts a lighthouse on the Long Island Sound, along with the image of an oak tree, symbolizing Connecticut's natural beauty and strength. It's a truly iconic representation of the state's identity, but here's the thing. While millions of these quarters were minted, not all of them are worth just 25 cents. In fact, some of these Connecticut quarters can fetch significant amounts of money, and that's where the real excitement begins. So, what makes the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter stand out from the rest? First and foremost, condition is key. While many of these coins were widely circulated, some were lucky enough to remain in pristine condition. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they've never been used in daily transactions, are incredibly rare and desirable among collectors. If you come across a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter that looks like it just came from the mint, with no scratches, discoloration, or wear, you might be holding on to a real treasure. But even beyond condition, there are other factors that can make the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter incredibly valuable. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. Mistakes made during the minting process can lead to one-of-a-kind coins that are worth far more than their face value. And when it comes to the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter, there are a few errors that collectors are especially eager to find. One of the most famous errors associated with this coin is the wide AM variety. The AM on the reverse of the coin, which stands for America, is normally spaced very close together. However, on certain 1999 Connecticut quarters, the letters appear to be much further apart, creating the wide AM error. This small but distinct difference makes the coin a rare find, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. The wide AM variety is especially sought after because it's so hard to come by, and only a small number of these coins were struck with this error. Another error to keep an eye out for is the silver Connecticut Quarter. Yes, you heard that right. There are some rare examples of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter that were accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a silver coin, making them stand out with their shiny appearance. These silver errors are incredibly rare and highly valuable, often fetching a much higher price than standard copper-nickel quarters. Now, you might be wondering, just how much could a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter be worth? Well, if you have one in uncirculated condition, or if you happen to find one with a minting error like the wide AM or silver variety, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Some of these rare quarters have been known to sell for as much as $72,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $72,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that such a small and seemingly ordinary coin could carry such a massive value, but that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. The hunt for rare and valuable coins is a thrilling adventure, and finding one like the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter can truly be life-changing. So, if you come across a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter in your collection or while you're going through your change, take a moment to examine it closely. Check the condition, look for any minting errors, and don't forget to check for that elusive wide AM variety. You could be holding onto a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 2, we're going to take a deep dive into a coin that may seem like just another state quarter, but trust me, this one is much more than meets the eye. We're talking about the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter. While this coin is part of the popular 50 State Quarters program, it's got a few secrets that make it highly valuable and rare. So, if you're a coin collector, or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, grab your magnifying glass because we're about to explore why this quarter could be worth far more than just 25 cents. First off, let's talk about the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter's design. This particular quarter is part of the third year of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which was launched to celebrate each state's unique history and culture. The design on the reverse side of the Arkansas quarter features the Diamond State's famous symbol, the diamond, representing the state's rich history of diamond mining. But what makes the design so special is how it reflects the state's identity. The diamond is depicted with rays of light shining from it, symbolizing Arkansas's heritage and wealth of natural resources. It's a beautiful coin with a lot of historical significance, but that's just the beginning. Now, let's get to what really makes this coin exciting for collectors, the rarity and the potential value. Like many other state quarters, the 2003 Arkansas quarter was minted in large quantities. However, not all of them made it into circulation or survived in perfect condition. Most of the Arkansas quarters you'll find today are worn out and damaged from being in circulation for years. But, just like any coin in uncirculated condition, a 2003 Arkansas quarter that's remained in pristine condition is much more desirable to collectors. The fewer scratches, dings, and discolorations on the coin, the more valuable it becomes. So, if you have one of these quarters that looks like it just came from the mint, you might be holding onto a valuable piece of history. But there's another factor that makes the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter even more exciting: minting errors. These little mistakes during the coin production process can create a one-of-a-kind piece, making it incredibly rare and desirable. The most sought-after errors for the Arkansas quarter are die cracks and off-center strikes. Die cracks happen when the die used to strike the coin gets damaged or worn out, leaving cracks in the design. These cracks can sometimes appear on the face of the quarter or around the edges, creating a unique and rare feature that collectors love. A die crack might seem small, but it makes the coin stand out and can greatly increase its value. Another error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off or misaligned. Off-center strikes are quite rare, and each one is unique. If you come across a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter with this error, you could be holding onto something very valuable, and that's not all. Some collectors have even reported finding Arkansas quarters with doubling in the design, a phenomenon where part of the design appears slightly doubled. This is another minting error that collectors are eager to find because it makes the coin truly one-of-a-kind. So, what exactly could a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter be worth? If you're lucky enough to find one in uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a minting error like a die crack or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Some of these rare Arkansas quarters have been sold for as much as $69,000. That's right, $69,000 for a single coin. It's mind-blowing to think that something as simple as a quarter could be worth so much, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's a world full of hidden treasures, and every time you find one of these rare and valuable coins, you're part of something much bigger than just holding on to pocket change. It's a thrilling journey, and with coins like the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, the potential to uncover a small fortune is just a flip of the coin away. So, the next time you're going through your change, keep an eye out for the 2003 Arkansas Quarter. If you spot one in perfect condition, or better yet, with one of those rare minting errors, you could have yourself a collector's dream. Always check your coins carefully, you never know when you'll come across something worth thousands of dollars. Top 3. We have a truly exceptional coin to talk about, the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen Quarter. Now, I know what you might be thinking, another state quarter? But trust me, this one is a standout, and not just because of its connection to a heroic chapter in American history. There's much more to this coin than its face value, and if you're a coin collector, or just someone with a love for history, you're going to want to stick around to find out why the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen Quarter could be worth a small fortune. Let's start by talking about the design of this quarter, which is part of the U.S. Mint's American Women Quarters program. This program honors notable women throughout American history, and the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen Quarter stands as a tribute to the incredible contributions of the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African American military aviators in the United States Army Air Forces during World War II. These men broke barriers and proved their immense courage, skill, and patriotism as they fought in some of the most challenging aerial battles. The design of the coin features a stunning representation of a Tuskegee Airman in flight, a powerful symbol of their bravery and groundbreaking role in the history of aviation and civil rights. But here's where things get really interesting. While the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen Quarter is part of a larger series of quarters, it holds a special place among collectors for several key reasons. First, this coin was minted in relatively low quantities, making it rarer than some of the earlier state quarters or even the more recent designs. This means that, over time, it could become a sought-after collector's item, especially if you're lucky enough to find one in uncirculated or pristine condition. Like any coin, the condition plays a huge role in its value. Most of the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarters that were released into circulation have been through the grind of daily transactions, so finding one in near-perfect condition is a rarity in itself. Coins that are well preserved, with no scratches, scuffs, or discoloration, are much more valuable than coins that have been heavily circulated. If you happen to find a 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter that looks like it's fresh from the mint, it's definitely something worth holding onto, but the real excitement begins when we talk about minting errors. Minting errors are what can truly make a coin stand out in the world of collecting. When a mistake happens during the minting process, it can result in a unique, one-of-a-kind coin. These errors are often highly sought after because they add an element of rarity and intrigue to a coin story. So, what kind of errors can make the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter even more valuable? One of the most coveted errors among collectors is the double die variety. This happens when the design on the coin is struck multiple times, causing the image to appear doubled in certain areas. On the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter, this could mean that parts of the airplane or the lettering are visibly doubled, giving the coin a distinct look. A double die error can significantly increase a coin's value, and finding one of these mistakes is like discovering a hidden gem in the coin world. Another error to look out for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin isn't aligned properly during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. These off-center strikes are rare and incredibly interesting to collectors because no two are alike. An off-center 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter could easily become a showstopper in your collection, with its misaligned design making it truly unique. And there's one more thing to keep in mind: the mint mark. If your 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter has a mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, for example, it could be more valuable than a coin from the Philadelphia or Denver mints. Collectors often place extra value on coins from specific mints due to their rarity or differences in production runs. So, make sure to check your coin for the mint mark, as it could tell you a lot about its potential value. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for: how much could the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter actually be worth? Well, if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition or with a minting error like the double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than just 25 cents. Some of these rare and error-filled coins have sold for as much as $66,000. Yes, you heard that right, $66,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that a modern coin like this could be worth so much, but that's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasures you might find just by looking closely at your change.so. If you happen to come across a 2021 Tuskegee Airmen quarter, take the time to inspect it carefully. Look for any minting errors, check the condition, and see if you have one of those rare varieties. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth much more than its face value. Top 4. We have a fascinating coin to explore, a coin that might just be hiding in your collection right now, or perhaps in the bottom of your coin jar. I'm talking about the 2009 Guam State Quarter. And let me tell you, this coin is no ordinary piece of change. While it might look like just another state quarter, there's much more to it that makes it a rare and valuable find. If you're a collector, or just someone intrigued by the world of coin treasures, this is definitely a video you'll want to stick around for. Let's dive right in. The 2009 Guam State Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and honored each of the 50 states with a commemorative quarter. But as the program expanded, the U.S. Mint didn't forget about U.S. territories, and in 2009, they released quarters for the territories of Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Each of these coins was designed to honor the rich history and culture of these territories, and the Guam quarter is no exception. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The reverse side of the 2009 Guam quarter features an image of the island's famous wartime memorial, the Liberation Memorial. This design beautifully captures a historical moment for the island, one that symbolizes Guam's liberation during World War II. The image includes a statue of 3 soldiers, each representing a branch of the U.S. military, standing together in unity. It's a powerful design that reflects the island's proud military history and the sacrifices made by its people. The quarter also includes the inscriptions, Guam, and Island of Warriors, further emphasizing the island's legacy of bravery and resilience. But here's the catch: while the 2009 Guam quarter might look like just another state quarter in your pocket, there are a few things that make it really special. For starters, this particular quarter was released in relatively low numbers compared to other state quarters. While the U.S. Mint struck millions of each design, the limited mintage and regional focus of the 2009 territories quarters means they have a certain rarity to them that makes them especially attractive to collectors. However, rarity alone isn't what makes the 2009 Guam State Quarter stand out. It's all about condition and the potential for minting errors. Like most coins, the value of the 2009 Guam Quarter is heavily influenced by its condition. A coin that has been well preserved, free from scratches or any signs of wear, is far more valuable than one that's been through the wear and tear of daily circulation. If you happen to come across a 2009 Guam Quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that could be worth much more than face value. But here's where things get even more exciting: minting errors. Coin collectors absolutely love errors because they make a coin truly unique, and in some cases, these errors can drive the price of a coin sky high. The 2009 Guam Quarter is no exception. Some of the most valuable examples of this coin are those that feature errors like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Each error creates a one-of-a-kind coin that stands out from the rest, and that's exactly what collectors are looking for. Let's talk about the double strike error for a second. This happens when a coin is struck twice during the minting process, creating a design that's doubled or partially overlapping. On a 2009 Guam Quarter, this could mean the image of the soldiers or the text being doubled, which would make the coin incredibly rare and much more valuable to collectors. Another error to keep an eye out for is the die crack. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin gets damaged or worn, leaving a crack in the design. These die cracks often appear around the edges or in the center of the coin, and they can add a unique characteristic to the coin. Because die cracks are irregular and not intentionally part of the design, they make the coin more desirable to collectors who are looking for those rare and imperfect specimens. Off-center strikes are another error that can increase the value of a coin. If a coin is misaligned during the minting process, it can cause the design to be partially cut off, giving it a lopsided or off-center look. This is another type of error that can make a coin significantly more valuable, especially if the mistake is particularly dramatic. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 2009 Guam State Quarter be worth if you happen to find one in perfect condition or with one of these rare errors? Well, the value can vary depending on the coin's condition and whether it has any minting errors, but the most sought-after versions of this quarter have been known to sell for as much as $63,000. That's right, $63,000 for a single coin. When you consider that the original face value of the quarter is just 25 cents, that's an incredible return on your investment. So, if you happen to have a 2009 Guam State Quarter in your collection, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or, even better, any minting errors like double strikes or die cracks. If it's in good condition, or even better, if it has a rare error, you could have yourself a valuable piece of coin history, and if you don't have one yet, it might be worth keeping an eye out for this particular quarter in your change. With its historical significance and the potential for valuable minting errors, the 2009 Guam State Quarter is definitely one to watch. Top 5. We've got a truly special coin to dive into, the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter. Now, if you're thinking, just another state quarter, think again. This particular coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics, and for collectors, it could be the one you've been searching for. Trust me, you're going to want to hear all about what makes the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter not just historically significant, but also potentially worth a pretty penny. So, grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to explore why this coin is more valuable than you might think. Released in 2002, the Louisiana State Quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. This program, which began in 1999, featured a different state each year, and these quarters were designed to highlight the unique characteristics of each state. Louisiana's quarter was particularly significant due to its rich history, vibrant culture, and, of course, its connection to one of the most iconic events in American history, the Louisiana Purchase. The reverse side of the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter features a stunning design that captures the essence of this unique state. It showcases the famous Louisiana Purchase, symbolized by a steamboat crossing the mighty Mississippi River, with a background of lush green fields and a stately pelican perched near the water. The pelican is the state bird of Louisiana, and it holds deep symbolism for the state's natural beauty and the strength of its people. This design not only highlights Louisiana's historical connection to the Louisiana Purchase but also reflects the state's cultural and natural wealth. But here's the kicker: while many of these quarters were minted, the 2002 Louisiana Quarter has become one of the most sought-after coins in the collection world. The reason? Its rarity and condition. See, over the years, the value of state quarters like the Louisiana Quarter has fluctuated, but what really drives up the price is the condition in which the coin is found. If you happen to have one that's uncirculated, well-preserved, or even better, if it has some rare minting errors, you could be sitting on something worth a small fortune. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin truly stand out. Like any valuable coin, it's all about the details, and in this case, we're looking for that one elusive thing that can make a coin soar in value: minting errors. The 2002 Louisiana Quarter isn't immune to minting mistakes, and when these errors occur, they can make a coin a must-have for collectors. What kind of errors are we talking about? Well, there are a few that could potentially make your Louisiana Quarter more valuable than you ever imagined. Point 1: of the most sought-after errors for this quarter is the double die variety. Double dies happen when the coin's design is struck multiple times, resulting in a slightly doubled or blurred image. On a 2002 Louisiana State Quarter, this could mean that the text, the steamboat, or even the pelican's features appear doubled. Collectors go wild for these types of coins because they are so rare and unique, and when you find one in near-perfect condition, it can be worth a significant amount. Another minting error to keep an eye out for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck slightly off the mark, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and when they occur on a coin as historically rich as the Louisiana State Quarter, they can increase its value exponentially. Imagine owning a coin that is misaligned or has part of the design missing. It's a unique feature that any true collector would treasure. Also, don't overlook the importance of the coin's mint mark. The U.S. Mint produced these coins at several different locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Quarters with certain mint marks, like the ones from the San Francisco Mint, are often more valuable due to their lower production numbers and distinct characteristics. So, always check your coin for the mint mark to see if it holds any extra value. Now, let's get to the exciting part: just how much could a 2002 Louisiana State Quarter actually be worth? You might think a quarter is just, well, a quarter, but let me tell you, this coin can be worth a whole lot more if it's in the right condition or has a rare error. Some of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition have been known to sell for as much as $60,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $60,000. That's a pretty amazing value for something that started as a simple quarter in your change jar.so. If you've got a 2002 Louisiana State Quarter lying around, make sure you take a closer look. Examine it carefully for any minting errors, check its condition, and if it's in top shape, you might just have a treasure on your hands. It could be worth far more than the 25 cents stamped on its face stud. If you enjoyed learning about the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter and want to uncover more hidden gems in the world of coin collecting, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a chance to learn about valuable coins. Until next time, happy collecting, and who knows, maybe your next find could be worth thousands.